Waiting for Jonathan. Yep, you're straight. Yep. But then we're. Good morning and welcome to the Committee on Public Services. Madam Clerk, could you call the roll?
Commissioner Varga has requested an excuse. Commissioner Palomera,
Here.
Commissioner Kinlock,
He is late. He'll be here momentarily.
Commissioner Hattis,
Present.
Commissioner Baydoun has requested an excuse. Commissioner Dobb. Here. Chairman Reckie,
Here.
you have a quorum present.
Thank you. Next item.
B, Chairwoman's remarks.
I have none. Next item.
C, approve the June 28th, 2022 meeting minutes. So moved.
We have approval. Do we have support? Support. It's for the meeting minutes of the last meeting. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Okay, motion passes. Next item.
D, unfinished business. Item 1, requesting commission approval of a 3-year contract with J&T Towing.
Okay, why don't we take 1 and 2 together? As the committee may remember, we passed these items for the day 2 weeks ago because of the liquidated damage provision was not in these contracts, and it was the wish of the committee that this verbiage be added. Oh, I'd just like to note the Commissioner Kinlock has just arrived. So this verbiage was put into these 2 contracts. So we could take these together if you would like. If there's any questions.
Move for
Any
approval
concerns?
on items 1 and 2.
Commissioner Hattis, did you have a, support. Okay, did you have a comment or question? Okay. All right, we're going to take all these items together. Sorry, I meant to say that. And then do it at the end of take a vote at the end of the agenda. Okay. So no questions on 1 and 2. Thank you for everybody who worked on these 2 items so they could come back today. Next item, Madam Clerk.
Item 1, under new business, requesting commission approval of a 4-year contract with a 1-year option to renew with Wade Trim Associates.
Okay, this contract is also missing the verbiage of the liquidated damage provision, sorry. Is there someone here to talk about this?
Madam Chair,
Yes.
this is Nellie Lee, Assistant Corporation Counsel. I am appearing on Zoom at the request of the department.
Okay, great, thank you. Let's start with Michelle and then we'll go to you.
Okay,
Michelle Yancey, DPS admin. There are three actually wage trim contracts on the agenda and addenda for today that are all missing that liquidated damages clause in the contracts. We have submitted wage trim contracts in the past that had this liquidated damages removed from that. Per the vendor, what I'm told is that their insurance coverage, it will be difficult for them to obtain the insurance coverages that they need with this clause in the contract. But we have Nellie, our corp counsel, on the line who spoke to Wade Trim this morning and has more information to provide for all three of the contracts.
Okay, go ahead, counsel.
Thank you very much. And to piggyback on Ms. Yancey, she is absolutely right. One of the reasons why Wade Trim takes exception to the liquidated damages clause is that their insurance coverage does not provide coverage for liquidated damages due to the nature of their work. These are engineering services, so they really don't have a deliverable product that the liquidated damages would be appropriate for. That's one of the reasons. Another reason, is that as far as our memories go, the department has never had an issue with the performance of Wade Trim's contracts. So due to having other safeguards in the contract, such as indemnification, and they have a high insurance policy, there were no major concerns of having the liquidated damages clause removed because there were other avenues if Wade Trim did not perform their contract. And this has been the case, and the department has been amenable to Wade Trim taking exception to the liquidated damages clause on every contract for at least the past 3 to 4 years. So those are the reasons why that the liquidated damages clause are removed from Wade Trim contracts.
Okay, I have some questions, but I'm going to go to the commissioners first. Commissioner Dobb.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I would like to hear our commission counsel's opinion on this. And personally, I'm not in favor of removing this part of the contract. This for the same reason that we did not want to remove this part of the contract for our towing contracts. But I'd like to hear commission counsel's opinion on this.
Through the chair, so just a few points of clarification. The standard liquidated damages provision is in, I would say 99.9% of all contracts that we see with regards to professional services and other services. The liquidated damages provision is related to performance and non-performance, not a good. So it would be applicable to engineering contracts. This provision has been included in other engineering contracts, so it's not clear why other professional service contracts, they can get insurance and it hasn't been an issue, and why it's a particular issue for this vendor. So perhaps this is something we can further discuss with the department and Wade Trim to get a better understanding and come back with more additional information. But at this point in time, it's just not clear why this particular service would be different from other services and why it wouldn't be applicable when the liquidated damages is regarding timely performance and not like the production of a widget or something to that effect.
So I would be happy to approve these contracts if we could add the language back in and do it contingent upon adding it back in for full board next week. Or if that's not agreeable, I would move to pass these for the day.
Okay, thank you. I have a couple questions, and our counsel brought this up. Especially when we're talking about insurance, we work with a lot of engineering groups. And so why, and you may not even know this, but maybe we can find out if we're going to pass this for the day, why particularly would their insurance insist on this when we've never heard this from other companies? And I mean, every week we have contracts with engineering companies. So I think that's what we're kind of concerned about. And I realize when you say we've never had problems with them, they've done a lot of contracts with us, and I get that. But and towing is kind of a different animal. But it was also reported in the towing contracts that we've never had problems with that particular towing contract. So I think we just need to know more. And I get it. You just contacted Wade Trim. This is very short notice on their part. So I would be amendable in passing it for the day, unless there was some strong thought that this could be worked out by next Tuesday. But that's pretty quick.
Madam Chair, we
Yeah.
request that you pass it for the day.
Okay, all right.
To
Okay,
give us enough time to work out everything with Wade Trim and to get the contract back to you, especially since full board is on a Tuesday instead of Thursday.
Yes.
That gives us extra time.
sure.
Yes.
Yep. And we don't want to halt this down.
No,
I
not
mean,
at all.
Passing it for the day would let it continue to flow. So,
Yes, because actually the first contract is for, I believe, bridge inspection, and the next two is for engineering of road projects.
yes.
So we don't want to hold either of those up, but we would like to ask that you pass it for the day.
Okay. And again, there's 5 engineering firms that we work with this bridge work. So
Yes.
I'd like to know, and I'm sure everybody likes to know, why Wade Trim gets to have this provision.
We will have that
Okay.
answer to you and get that resolved.
Thanks, Michelle. You're
Thank
the
you.
best.
Thank
Madam-
you. Yes.
Madam Chair.
Hi, Commissioner
Okay,
Freeland.
so one thing I want to say that, because there are certain times where we may want to pass certain contracts for a day and, to get more information. So is part of how the timing of how contracts get to the board, to the commission, is it taken into consideration that we may actually have some changes at the committee levels, so that it would not, cause any detriment or harm to any of the ongoing projects?
Yes, that is considered.
Okay, thank you.
And this is highly unusual that, first of all, that this is taken out of a contract. That's highly unusual. And usually when our contracts get to this committee, they've been very
Vetted.
thoroughly vetted. And my understanding is the administration's really on top. They want these projects moving. So we don't have a lot of problems with contract in COPS, contract issues. So this is unusual. But
Yes.
hopefully
We'll get these
the
resolved and
theme
you
will
won't
be
have.
there that this
Yes.
is probably going to happen again if another contract comes
Exactly.
with this.
I'll make sure.
Okay. Yeah, Michelle, you're great. Thank you.
Thank you.
And Felicia, so can we, if we're passing this, we can just add this onto the agenda for the end of the vote, the end of the,
Yes.
okay. All right, sounds good. Okay, thank you. All right, let's go on to number 2 then.
Are we passing all 3 Wade Trim items for the day?
Oh, goodness, Jesus
I'm
Christ.
sorry?
Are we passing all 3 Wade Trim
Yes,
items?
all 3. Yep, all 3 items. So that's 1, 7, and 9.
Thank you.
Okay, number 2.
Item 2, requesting commission approval of a 4-year contract with a 1-year option to renew with Great Lakes Engineering Group.
Okay, this is for bridge work as well, and this doesn't have that language removed. This particular company. Any questions on this? Okay. No questions? Okay, next item.
Item 3, requesting commission approval of a 3-year contract with a 2-year option to renew with Spina Electric Company.
Okay, questions on this? I do have a question on this contract. Morning. Hey, thanks for being here. Could you talk to us about this price adjustment clause that's in this contract? Okay, they can do some adjustments through this contract as far as price. Do you know about that?
Madam Chair,
Yeah.
could he turn his microphone on?
Yes, sorry. It's so hard to hear. Okay, here comes Michelle.
Thank you.
Okay, we did get some questions answered, but I have a couple more questions. So maybe somebody could contact me
Absolutely. Yeah.
before Tuesday.
Yep.
Okay.
I will make sure Steve gets on.
Okay, I just have some questions. If those price adjustments are going to come back to us, I know they're going to evaluate the price adjustments. I get prices are going up, but I didn't know if it was more because of scope of work's going to increase or prices. So I would like to talk to somebody.
More than likely, it's just the everyday increases to all the materials that they use that the prices are going to go up.
Okay, well, let me talk to somebody and then I'll relay to the rest of the committee before Tuesday.
Okay,
Okay?
thank you.
All right, thank you. Any questions? Yes, go ahead.
Through the chair, to that point with regards to the language in the contract that contemplates a potential adjustment. So if that adjustment takes them outside of the actual contract value, they will have to come back to the commission for an increase because at some point they will run out of money or they will use less. I don't know if these are services or goods. So they would more than likely have to come back for approval because they will run out of money if the price would increase. Like right now, we're approving the contract for a certain dollar value.
Okay,
So I would anticipate it would have to come back, but I would appreciate confirmation from the department that that's their understanding.
okay, that sounds good. And that would be any cost overrun, right? Or any
So
increase?
if the amount of the contract is approved and they increase the price for a particular item, that should theoretically increase the overall contract amount?
To the chair, yes. Anything over that 300,000 not to exceed amount will come back to commission.
Okay,
So our department will manage the contract. If we get to a certain dollar amount where we see where we're going to exceed it, we'll be submitting an amendment to you guys for those extra dollars that we need to procure more items.
okay, no matter
Yes.
what.
No matter
though.
what,
Okay,
yes.
sounds good. Thank you.
Yes, no problem.
All right. Okay, any questions? All right, next item.
Item 4, requesting commission approval of a 1-year contract with 2 one-year options to renew with United Landscape.
This is going from 100,000 to a 200,000 contract. We never saw the first contract because it was under 100,000 and we don't see contracts that low. So this is a modification. Any questions on this? Next item.
Item 5, requesting commission approval of a 2-year contract with a 1-year option to renew with audiovisual equipment and supplies.
I have a question on this.
Good morning, Derek Coley, DPS Equipment Division Director.
Morning.
Good morning.
So this piping components, what exactly are you talking about there?
They are piping components related to the corrugated pipe that we're purchasing. The corrugated pipe is primarily used for roadside culverts. It's used for rainwater management and other road maintenance projects. The corrugated pipe is just one part of the system, and other components are connectors, hardware, and things like that.
Okay, I'm just wondering, because the name of the company is Audio Visual Equipment. So how does that tie into piping?
I am familiar with Audiovisual. They are a Wayne County company. They they're a vendor out there that bids on a lot of our contracts. Their name is sort of misleading. They supply various materials, including things like corrugated pipe, just a broad range of materials that they provide, and they are a frequent bidder on our contracts. And the name is very misleading.
In what?
The name is very misleading.
Yeah, I thought maybe these little things had cameras in them and they were using them to go into. Okay, any questions on this? All right, thanks, Darren.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Next item.
Item 6, requesting commission approval of an intergovernmental agreement with the Michigan Department of Transportation.
All right, this is road improvements, Warren Road from Newburgh to Wayne Road in the city of Westland. Questions? All right, next item. Oh, onto the addenda.
Moving to the addenda, item 7 was passed for the day. Item 8, requesting commission approval of a 3-year contract with a 1-year option to renew with Ciorba Group.
For bridge work, good news. Questions, comments? Item?
Item 9 was also passed for the day, and that's the last item.
All right, next item after that. Oh, no, you got to vote. All right, any comment, Commissioner Dodd?
I would like to make the motion to pass items 1, 7, and 9 for the day, and then move to approve the remaining items on the report.
Question. Okay, support and then question. What did we do with the towing contract?
That language was added into the towing contract.
It was added at
Yeah,
this meeting.
So it's all set.
Okay,
Yep.
thank you.
Need to include that in my motion.
Passing for the day items E under new business, E1, 7, and 9, and the remainder of the items are for approval.
Got it.
Yep, perfect. Yeah, so that was all, that,
Support.
okay. Any comments before we vote? All right, go ahead, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner Palomera?
Yes.
Commissioner Kenlock?
Yes.
Commissioner Hattis?
Yes.
Commissioner Dobb?
Yes.
Chairman Recchi?
Yes. Okay, the agenda moves on to full board. Next item.
F, such other matters as may be properly submitted before the committee.
We have heard none. I forgot to wish our council, Felicia, a happy birthday this last weekend. So I meant to do that at the beginning. All right, next item.
Public comments?
Okay, do we have any emails?
No emails.
No emails. All right. Can you see anyone from the public that has their hand? If there's anyone in the public on Zoom or the phone that would like to address the Committee on Public Services, please join us. Anyone from the public on Zoom or the phone? Okay, is there anyone in the audience that would like to address the Committee on Public Services? Okay, I think there's no one here. Next item.
Adjournment.
Okay. All right. Approval and support. We are now